Guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll simply be talking about the lore of the Melonplayground zombie series so that you can at least know what I was planning. Okay, for the first episode, some scientists discover a prototype for the life syringe. They have the healing syringe, but it still retains damage, and over time, if it's overused, it will kill the person. So they want a permanent solution. So they've been trying to mix stuff with the healing syringe, and they've struggled. But they found this purple syringe supplied by a unknown company of a scientist who made it. And then suddenly, not suddenly, they found a dead body of someone who was mugged recently. So they decided that this should be a decent test subject to see if they come back alive. When they injected it, the person was fine, but they didn't talk. Because soon, blood burst, purple blood, and they were a zombie. This is the first zombie that existed, and this becomes the, patient zero of the zombies. It kills everyone. It's the boss zombie. And but it hasn't evolved to be a boss zombie yet. It's just a normal zombie. The scientist tries to run away, but it first throws a knife on the floor from the mugging, trying to kill it, but the zombie ends up just eating the scientist. And then, the other scientist tries their best to run, but the door is now malfunctioning, and their foot gets stuck in the door. Then, the scientist gets bitten by the zombie while trying to crawl out. The scientist is now a zombie, and the episode ends. Okay, so that's explaining the first episode in detail, but now I'm gonna do more of a summarization version. Basically, after that, the videos focus on people research about a soldier comes, they find the zombies, they kill the zombies, and their mission was to retrieve the virus syringe. But then they get tortured by the malfunctioning door again, lose their foot, and now they're surrounded by zombies, so they cannot do anything. And after all these, scientists now decide to experiment on the healing syringe to see if they can revert the problems that this syringe made. But instead it made the first giant zombie, which destroyed a lot of stuff. The guard managed to survive, even though he was a full skeleton. The military decided to kill him because he was a skeleton. Then Melonplayground was lagging, so the soldier died. This kept going on. This happened, and then one of the soldiers tried to get a revenge on the zombies. They retrieved the syringe, but they ended up dying, and the syringe wasn't retrieved. Another soldier tried to go with their vehicle as a truck ran over another one of their soldiers, but they ended up being nuked. Now, the whole story is leading up to the expectation that there is a zombie factory. And then the part of the lore is that there is a zombie factory. And in these zombie factories, there's a save button object and a spawner object that spawns dead bodies onto syringes. That's why zombies are usually damaged. And these save button items make the zombies be able to duplicate. It can duplicate any item. That's why it's not safe to put. It cannot be exposed to air for too long. That's why factories can't work 24/7. A few have to work, then stop. Then a few have to work, then stop. It's all a cycle like this. It's a wave. This all happens, and billions of there is about 4 billion zombies. There are 3 billion zombies. And then all of them have to be killed. They've actually killed 1 billion zombies because of all the nation's efforts, but there's still 3 billion. No number has changed. And and more sightings of damaged zombies have been found. This keeps going on until at a factory they nuke it to destroy it. Now every day, more and more factories are destroyed by the minute. But slowly, less and less factories start being found, and now it's no factories found. So the nations take their efforts and try to find the last few factories. But one factory produces metal armored zombies that combat against soldiers. This keeps going on until the government decides to lure all of these metal zombies and nukes them to make sure that they cannot be respawned by the factories. Now, and all the metal has melted, so now it cannot be used and people who have dead family members or dead people in general, they were told to cut their heads off, which is gruesome, but it was to prevent any more zombies from spawning. This kept going on, and in the background, there was a cryogenic serpent that tried to kill them, and there was a mother cryogenic serpent. This mother cryogenic serpent was 10,000 years old, which is the dying age for these beings. It gave birth to an egg, and then from the egg, after 1,000 years, hatched this serpent. The mother was actually 9,000 at the time, and it was killing soldiers, and the problem was it ate zombies. And some zombies have these organs that make them inflate in size a lot. And if you're already a big being and you inflate, it pops you and it kills you. That's what happened to the mother serpent. And the baby serpent has inherited all the immunities of the previous serpents. So now it was the final one of its race. Then it was caught, electrocuted, until it was burned, poured acid all over it, so it's a bone serpent now. And when it was still somewhat alive, it was dumped into a volcano, where it rests. These kept going on. There was now there was a sacred altar, which would grant you an ability, and corn people and it was in the corn forest, but no one actually wanted to go there because they thought it would be cursed. But the zombie factories took remnants of the soul of the spirit that causes this, and then they kept duplicating these spirit zombies, and these zombies were almost immune to everything except for explosions. Explosions were the only thing that managed to actually damage them, because they have hard skin, they are fireproof, can't drown, electric proof, almost every immunity that you can imagine. Not almost every immunity, it's just that explosions were the only effective way to actually get rid of them. And it was really costly, but it had to be done. More and more zombies died, till there was only a few zombies left. The last factory was taken down. The zombies were killed. Then the boss zombie. The boss zombie stayed there. And also in the background of the story, there was a scientist. When the metal zombies were getting too difficult to defeat with explosions, the scientist made a freeze grenade launcher. And freeze grenades destroyed everything. Destroyed every zombie, and they could do nothing. And after that, he reveals that his heart is made out of xanonite, a really rare substance in Melonplayground. Even a single flake of xanonite is worth trillions because it can preserve your life forever, as long as it's big enough, which is at least the size of a coin. It has to be embedded into it has to be liquefied, then poured in, and then put into your veins. It immediately heads towards the heart, and now you aren't gonna die of any disease. But xanonite allergies are real, and it inflammates everything, and it instantly inflammates and makes your arm really big, and it's very bad for your body. And he used his xanonite heart to power a laser to get the boss zombie. It didn't work. They used more and more firepower, nukes, everything, but the boss zombie was not defeated. Until the serpent came, used its final explosive attack as a magma serpent, and it did it. It almost killed the zombie. Until one of the soldiers, the person with the different voice actor, shoots him with a strange nuclear minigun. And then after the boss zombie said dead, they grabbed the syringe and put it in a secret area under the ocean where it will rot, where this liquid will stay until it's frozen solid, even at normal temperature. And that is the lore of Melonplayground Zombie Apocalypse in 11 minutes, 12 minutes roughly. Alright,